Xin chào. Hello. Hi. My name is Penitent Farm, and tomorrow is Super Bowl. Yay. I've been here for like 5 years, and I still can't fully grasp the rules of football. One, it's called football. You're supposed to use your feet. The only time when you actually use your feet is when you actually kick the dang things through a pole in the middle, which I find to be extraordinarily funny, to say the least. That's not why I wanted to take a ride today. Not to be completely honest right now, I'm not sure where I'm going in specific. Oh my fucking god, where are you going? I'm not specifically sure where I'm going. I decided that hey, it's after rain, and I started to take a ride, I guess. I'm not sure where I'm going, so bear with me here. Oh my god. That's scary. The thingamajig, the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6. All um half the time I don't know where I'm going, know what I'm doing, and I don't know for sure why is it that I do the things that I do. This has been established clearly, and mate, just fucking go. Come on. Mate, just fucking go. I went out yesterday, and it was a night out. It was a Friday. To preface, I dance very good. This is an established fact now. Previously, I questioned whether or not I actually have the ability to dance, or people would just essentially coalesce around you because they pity you. And well, I can dance. I'm saying right now. That one I am confident in. What I'd like to find out, however, is the and also good, and then the guy just came off and just like, I fuck with the dancing, mate. I fuck with the dancing. We talked a bit. I go, yeah, I just said that, and I do my entire party trick thing. I gave him my glasses. I dance like a freak. I do this. I do that, and eventually that will leave. And it's a key word here. Eventually, every single one of them leave. So the question I pose right now goes, why is it you took the effort to go out your way to, I don't know, do the whole social chit-chat thing if you're going to leave in the end? I feel I truly struggle with this. I really did. Hey, I dance so good. This and that and everything. Would you like to exchange Snapchat or do the fucking this and that and most of them, I've been let down by so many people over the years. That's the fact now. I've been let down by so many people over the years. People who supposedly like the party persona, people who supposedly like you for dancing, for entertaining, and they want to be around you. And in the end, they'll leave. Even when you make plans, eventually they got distracted by other things than their lives, or the party with other people, or this and that, and they never actually keep their end of the bargain. And they usually leave you alone. There was a guy called Solomon. I met him at a party after graduation. Another friend of mine, Rudy, he invited me to a party in Oxford. We talked at a party and we exchanged Snapchat, and essentially, it was fun. I mean, I hanged out with him twice after the party. I wore a pair of the platypus outfit, of course. And the third night, however, completely broke me. We were supposed to hang out there, and I couldn't find anyone in Oxford who would allow me to crash the night. So I literally rented a hotel room. Not even a hotel room, a motel. And and in the end, he ghosted. In the end, at around 6:30, he ghosted. The last call I had with him was that he was going to his buddy's place to do something before we do this. And he mentioned that he wanted to do some skating beforehand. And then I texted a few more times, and eventually at the end, he completely fully ghosted. And it was a low moment in my life, essentially just me feeling down, clueless, directionless inside a run-down motel room, alone and not physically not knowing what to do. And I remembered that vividly because it was the night of the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight on Netflix. Oh, I got shared that night too. I realised that. Anyway, the thing I struck is the fact that the persona I gave out is supposed to be something larger than life, something fun, something this, something that. And and even when that is not good enough to, at least help them to give you your contact information, if that's not enough, then because I'm physically filled with self-hatred, the the natural the natural tendency is for me to truly dread myself, that if this version that I crafted so meticulously, so high energy, so party, so on paper, everything that the kids, quote unquote, want these days, it evidently does draw people in, but at the same time, they leave in the end. And only a very, very small few stayed over the years. Very small. And in every respect, because I'm filled with so much self-hatred, I ask myself, if that image can't even draw them in enough for them to stay and invite you to things, then I just suck. Then I just gotta be forever lonely because, well, if that version of myself that's larger than life can't even draw them in, then what exactly? How do you make friends? That's the plain and simple fucking sentence at this point. I'm not gonna be afraid. I can fucking say that anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, how the fuck do you make friends? A friend of mine, Andrew, we went out yesterday. I went out yesterday with him, and the seamlessness of his interaction. He complimented someone's necklace, someone's beads, someone's this and that, and the conversation just flows. And then eventually they shook hands, they dab each other, and then they go on each other's ways without any lingering whatsoever. And we went to the bar, and I just asked him directly, "How you doing, Andrew? How you doing? How do you do the things that you do?" The keys apparently just keep talking, they don't mind. And I guess the perfectionist in me says that not minding is not enough. I'll always be hopefully at least more interested into social interaction. For me, is a gamble every single time. Yeah, you took the time to gamble to lose some of your time in the hope that you might make a new friend, and so far that gamble has time and time again has no return on investment. Time and time again. We'd have to be zero returns on investment. And it fills you with so much dread that you're thinking to yourself, how long do I have to do this? How long do I have to do this? For someone to stay, And I am obviously tired in that regard. Obviously tired. I feel lonely. You know, I'd rephrase it differently. The feeling that engulfs me is loneliness. That's better. In therapy, I learned that if you phrase it around, it doesn't define you that you feel lonely. It's just a feeling. And phrasing it that makes you see it as what it is. It's just a feeling. And to me, yeah, the feeling that is inside me right now is loneliness. And inadequacy. Fear, anxiety, desperation. And just complete lack of motivation to do anything. And a few people have been reaching out, which I find to be one of the detriments of mine is that I dread that I usually have to initiate a conversation. I usually have to initiate the interaction, and the sense of dread inside me tells me that if I don't initiate, they just forget about me. And well, weirdly enough, 4 times this week, it has proven to be otherwise. And And yeah, officially proven to be otherwise. And I'm should have been jubilant. I should have been happy or anything else. At the same time, however, I just decided that hey, what's the fucking point? So I leave it in the back burner of my mind and move on to other things, and now I just completely forget to actually do the thing. And the thing here, replying to them. I left the messages undelivered for a long while, and yeah. It's the thing about me that I dreamed of people reaching out to me instead of me having to initiate a conversation. At the same time, however, when they actually do it, I don't tend to reply to them in a timely manner because I don't know what to do. Because I didn't know what to do. Is the truth is that I don't tend to get reach out like that. So I tend. So when it happens, kind of just froze because I don't know exactly what to do. So. And in that sense, the kids have friends. I'm lacking friends. I need more friends. Do you need more friends? Do I need more friends? Which is not to say to minimize the relationship I'm currently having. I'm fortunate enough to have friends, to be honest, at this point. Yeah, the general um, difficulty in making friends after graduating from college, and most of my friends either moved away or left, and so not sure what to do about it. And yeah, Andrew is one of my friend. He saw me around the gym back when I still actually worked out properly. I wasn't big back then, and I went out one night, and he just kind of walked over and said, "Oi, I see you often at the gym. Want to hang out sometimes?" And yeah, first we didn't contact immediately. One day he texted me and he mentioned that hey, what's your workout plan? Want to work out together? Be workout buddies. And the first night that we worked out together, it was riveting, and it was hilarious. It was back and forth and back and forth. I still wrote down it in my journal too, of like the exact details of what I said that night. But it was essentially the equivalent of two stand-up comics just bouncing off each other, and it was riveting, and it definitely one of the highlights of my college life. And yeah, he only had one more semester, so I was dreading that the moment I found someone who was truly for me, the time we had kind of runs out. And, weirdly enough, we both live in Cincy now, and he's kind of the only people who actually live in Cincy now. So I love that guy. Well, my best friend now, because frankly, I don't have that much friends anymore. Rudy, I don't know if he graduated or not. His communication is the thing with Rudy is that when I hang out with him, he goes out of his way, and I mean he goes out of his way to let me know how special and how, frankly, true to life I am. Simultaneously true to life and larger than life. And then the whole conversations of, wait, want to hang out sometimes, essentially. And then he just usually got preoccupied by something. It takes him usually 2 business weeks to actually reply. And that kind of fucked me up, to be honest. That kind of fucked me up. Another guy called Lake. He used to live next to my room in sophomore year, and we smoke, and then we go on a walk at around 1 a.m. in the morning or 2 a.m. and usually on a weekday too. So there was physically no one around. If it wasn't a weekend, then there would be some drunk people walking back from uptown. But we would walk when it was, like, for example, a Tuesday night at 1 a.m. for example. And we would just talk about life and everything, and I generally did kind of miss that. Junior year, we moved out of that hall, and I tried to reach out to him, but we never actually. I did get to see him one last time before I moved out. Actually, before we graduated, so yeah, my last day of partying, but yeah. The running theme once again, and usually so. When I hang out with people, they go out their way to tell me how good life is when I'm in that moment. And I think I wrote in a text to a guy that, oh my god. I think I wrote a text to a guy that ditched me that I feel like I'm the equivalent of a solo cup. But yeah. I feel like I'm the personification of a solo cup. Fun, exhilarating, and the life of the party. And the next day, we collect them all, and we on the way to a dumpster. And for the longest time, that's been how I feel as a person in such a situation. Sometimes I cry about it. Sometimes I cry about the fact that I am more than a solo cup, and I can truly and deeply be more than a solo cup if you would just allow me to chance. And the fact of the matter is that not many people have been giving me a chance. Yours truly. And yeah, not gonna lie, where am I? I'm not sure. I'm just driving straight right now. Like the equivalent of wandering into University of Cincinnati Reading campus. Oh, I'm in fucking Reading. Oh dear. Okay, you can't turn. I'm already in this lane now. But yeah, for the longest time, I've been feeling I'm a solo cup. the equivalent of a personification of a solo cup and fun at parties, and it's just rejected the next day. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm gradually getting used to the fleetingness of it all, of this whole social interaction thing. Is you have fun in the moment, but we will leave you in the end. And we need you to know that. And I don't want you to leave. And I don't leave in the end, but I just hope that we, I don't know, stay in contact just in case someone would invite me to go somewhere. And the crossover matter is that I'm not sure that even exists. And the thing about the matter is that who am I? I question myself. I'm just driving to nowhere with literally no cash on hand, just talking to an imaginary audience that may or may not exist. And I guess at this moment I'm surprisingly, strangely, self-conscious of it. And today's Saturday, and I'm supposed to clean up. I'm supposed, because yesterday we were partying at my apartment, so I'm supposed to clean up, but I just look at the carnage of my apartment and I just nope the fuck down and just get in my car and driving. Just leave the dog in the apartment alone. And the funny thing is that I'm lost. I'm so lost right now. Socially, I don't know who am I supposed to be. Professionally, likewise. Physically, and I mean, well, aesthetically, well, and physically too. Not sure. And someone just tell me that. And I try to pray, and well, God is listening, so. I honestly would like to get very in concrete words and concrete instead of allegories and lessons and things and that. I just like someone to just tell me why is it that I'm here? What is it I'm doing here? I honestly just want someone to tell me in clear words instead of vague scenes of allegories and stories and things. I live for stories, for Pete's sake. I live for it, but at the same time, I'm just tired of it all. I'm just tired of all the grandiose gesture, the hey, write symbolically this on a piece of paper and ripped it off, and then you will. It just never fucking worked. I frankly never fucking worked. Very frankly. And, get a general sense that I'm all alone. I'm all alone to figure this out. I need help. I cried. I prayed to God, and just like this moment of me talking directly to an imaginary audience, sometimes I get a sense that at this point, 100% sure that there's a God. Unshakable faith that there's a God now. At the same time, the conscious grasp of their creator is frankly tiring. And, it's like the equivalent of knowing that a black hole exists, right? In the universe, a black hole exists. But to actually grasp it in all of its ways, it feels theoretical at this point. Relationship with God, I question myself what's holding me back. The thing that's holding me back is that same old question. The claim that he's the only God, and this small fear that I might pick the wrong one. And in complete honesty, Christianity for me is a convenience choice, because this is the United States, and Christianity happens to be the most popular one. So I'm sure if Buddhism was the same, then I would. No, yeah. Am I literally heading to Uncle Yip's? Oh my goodness me. Interesting. Unknowingly, I've been driving in a straight line, apparently, and reached my favourite Chinese restaurant in Cincinnati. You have to say Uncle Yip's. I don't have the cash right now. I can't. I honestly can't. I'm so hungry though. I do have food at home at the same time though. I generally do want to treat myself something, but at the same time I'm so broke right now, so. It's 22 minutes home. How long have I been driving? I'm not sure. Yeah, I asked myself, if I were to go home, then what? And you're gonna overtake, just fucking overtake, please. Just fucking overtake. What am I doing here? I guess I want something beautiful. I want something beautiful. beautiful, and apparently God is something beautiful. And, at the same time, though, I feel God to be such a theoretical concept. I unshakable faith understands that God exists. The grasp of it, the grasp of Him, though. It feels almost blasphemy to speak like this, but it's the truth. And if anything, I'd like to be truthful for once instead of. Yeah, my therapist have been telling me that I've been. The key to my problem is that I've been hiding. I've been hiding something the whole time. The thing I'm hiding, of course, is how shameful it is just to be me. So I just keep essentially hiding the equivalent mask. Oh my goodness me. Ugh. So yeah, I keep hiding under the mask. What am I doing here? In clear, concrete terms and words, what exactly am I doing here? Oh dear. In clear, concrete terms, what am I doing here? I'm not sure. I'm honestly so tired. Has this year been a good year? Honestly, I feel down right now. Somebody else says no, but if I would feel happy again, the else says yes. Which just goes back to the problems that half the time, I can't grasp exactly how I feel about certain things. So, objective truth doesn't exist, frankly. And since I don't have an objective truth as to whether or not the year was actually a good year or not, it's at the whim of the moment of how I feel at the moment to actually interpret the entirety of the year. But frankly, I the feeling that engulfed me is suicide ideation. I want to kill myself. I'm just frankly so down with all of this. I don't know. What am I doing? I'm not sure. Half the time, I just keep having to second guess what exactly am I doing. Fucking hell, mate. Move over. Margaret never get to tell her story to a large audience. She did get to tell a story. What is it that I do? What is it that I do? Frankly, what is it that I do? 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 Go, go, go. week off. I'll find out. So, you took it. You took it. I saw this light. I saw this light. How am I supposed to? Sir, you took it. How am I supposed to? Slow. Literally, just my puppet. You took it. You took it. I saw this light. I saw this light.